Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're in the shop and we're gonna add an oil separator to the Ford F-150. It's probably something that I should also do to the Jeep, so I'm gonna consider it depending on how well this thing works out. Now I know some people are up in the air. It's good, it's not, don't worry about it. Third generation motors on the 3.5 EcoBoost has port injection. It's already cleaning it, you don't have to worry about it. But I tell you what, after watching some people and going over some of the forums and stuff and seeing how much they actually capture that's supposed to be put back into the motor and cleaned off and burnt off, I don't know if I feel truly comfortable about continuing to add that right back in, regardless of what cleaning system that they have put in there. So if anything, it's cheap insurance, maybe. I mean, it was like 160 bucks. You can probably catch it with some coupons or depending on how you go about it. But it came in pretty quick in shipping. I spent my own hard-earned money on this, so I'm hoping that there's some benefit. The install is supposed to be pretty quick. It's just 2 clips, poof, remove one hose, put the other one in there, and then zap it to wherever you're going to mount the actual container. It has the instructions. It's got it for the 2.7, the 3.5, and the 5.0, and all kinds of different years. So it really kind of encompasses all of it. It really just depends where you're going to put it. Just a few tools, screwdriver, 10 mil, and maybe a 1/4 inch bit, but we'll see how we're going to mount it. Let's go ahead and open up the box, see what's inside. All right, so now for a quick unbox. Get this stuff out of here. All right, you'll see that you have a nice bracket. It's got some clips and 10mm bolts. It just depends on your application, what year you're applying this to, but the oil separator itself is good for a couple different years. And you see it's got the 3-ounce cup on there. From my understanding is you can buy a secondary cup for it, or a larger capacity cup, a 6-ounce cup, if you feel like you don't want to have to change it out as often. So no issues there. I guess the older one used to have a Ford Motorcraft filter inside it. But the newer edition or change one has this nice 1/2 inch thick aluminum honeycomb filter, and you'll just want to take that out every 15,000 miles or so. It says get some solvent or some degreaser to clean it up as you are doing your maintenance on it. So let's go ahead and get this put on the truck. Let's see if there's anything else in here that I'm missing. Looks like some information. Nice sticker, and then even some reminders, you know, just kind of like your oil that reminders you would have in your truck. Put them in there so you know to check, because again, you probably only want to go 1,000 miles or so checking it, because you don't want that to overfill and then defeat the whole purpose of it being there. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, now we're getting ready to get started. First thing we got to do is remove this cover, right? And some of them, they'll say, oh, you have to remove the oil cap, or depending on the model. Now this one, the oil cap is on the side. This is a Ford F-150 2021, and it is the Tremor. And what you'll notice here is there is a 10 mil on each side here that's going to have to get removed. So let's go ahead and pop that off, and then you should be able to pull it off. All right, so the next thing we're going to want to do is to be able to prep our area for this. We're going to go ahead and use the battery box. That seems to be the popular choice where everyone else use it. I'm just going to use my little tool here and pry that clip out of its place. And then, so the first thing we're going to do is take our bolt, put it in the holder in the first spot, just so I can kind of get an idea of where it's going to be. Line it up, and then get me a marker so I can find my hole and mark it. Cool. All right, then take your bracket and go ahead and get it installed. Tighten it down. We'll get the other one mounted. Okay, that dude ain't going anywhere. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and connect this to the bracket itself. There are two mounting screws up there at the top, Phillips head, no issues. But if you're curious, it should just match the same as the top here, the logo. It should go in the same direction. If yours, for whatever reason, doesn't have one, what you'll notice is there's two different links on the hoses here. There's an 18-inch and a 21-inch on the other side. So you're gonna want the 18-inch to be over onto the left. So let's go ahead and put this in here, and then we'll start working the hose. All right, so now the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and remove the PCV valve hose here, one that goes to the intake manifold and the other one that goes to the PCV valve itself. Now there is a little tab on the back side, and all you're gonna do is pull that and then lift, and then it comes right up, okay? And then we're gonna rotate this so I can access the back side of that other clip, and then just push that again towards me, and then it'll come right off. Maybe, if I'm lucky. Let's see if I can get a better bite on it now. Put them up here. And then just wiggle it off. And again, you can see there's the clip. Just had to pull and pull. So that's that. Okay, now we're going to take the hose from the oil separator, and the one with the 90-degree angle, that's the one that's going to go on the PCV valve, and you just push until you hear it click. And then we'll take the longer one here, and you can see that there's a bend in it. So we just want to make sure that we're not kinking the hose by any means. And you can rotate this around if needed. It might be a little stiff, but you can rotate it so that way we get a good solid connection on it. And then just push that right on. Okay. So now we got both our hoses out of the way. All right, last thing we're going to do is we're going to take the two rollers here, we're going to slide them right in between those two holders, make sure it's in place, and then slide it back over both of the retainers, and then put the nuts on them, and we're good to go. Now this might be a little bit of a challenge, so what I'm going to do is I took a little magnetic tool. At least maybe I can get them started on there. Yep, that seemed to work out really well, like a charm. All right, and then round two, again, using a little magnetic tool because my sockets kept dropping the nut in there. That at least gets it started. Sweet, that's all done. All right, so you saw that was pretty easy. Now my only concern here is there's a lot of height right here for the bracket. It could probably go down just a little bit, but you'll have to cut it or just maybe find another location for this to sit, because my concern is it hits up here in the stanchion, because you know you have your inserts on the top of the hood, and I just don't know. So moment of truth, guys. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. All right, guys, that wraps this one up, other than the fact that I need to go drive about 1,000 miles and then take this thing off here and show you what it looks like inside. I suspect that it will be doing its job. Again, just clean that filter out of there every 15,000 miles or so. It's got a knurled bottom on the bottom of the can, so you should be able to unscrew it pretty quickly to be able to check. Really happy with the way it looks. It cleared the hood, no problems, so really good there. Looks OEM. I don't think it's going to have any issues, and it gives me a little bit more peace of mind just in case that port injection isn't doing as good of a job as they hope. So if you like what you saw, click the like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. I think you already know what's coming. Probably a good thing we did this during the day, because what I noticed is there's no light under this hood. Good Lord, Ford. At least my Ford F-150 King Ranch from 2003 had a light. Anyway, see you around, guys. Thanks again.
Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right.